Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. My name's Sam. I am a vegan of 6 years. I eat a whole food plant-based diet. I'm a mom of two, mostly stay at home. Sometimes I work, and yeah, welcome. So every month I like to do reviews where I see how my May went as far as my health goals go, and then set new goals for the new month. So we're gonna set June goals today. We're going to talk about the goals that I had in May and if I met them. And yeah, thanks for being here as a part of my journey. And let's get into it. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel so that you never miss an update. I also like to share what I eat in a day videos and recipes. So thanks for being here. Let's just jump right into our May goals. So, did I reach my goals? The first goal that I set for myself was a strength goal. I had a 9,000 step goal that I tried to reach most days. On Sundays, I take off and I give myself grace on days where I'm working out a little bit harder. So, I'm not going to force myself to go overboard if I'm struggling on those days. But generally, my goal is 9,000 steps in a day. I will show you my chart from my Fitbit about my step goals for May, and I'm happy to say that I met that goal most days. And I count that as a win. There's a couple of days where I didn't hit it, and again, it was because I was either working out really hard or it was Sunday, and I take a break and I charge my Fitbit on Sundays. So that was goal number one. My next strength goal was that I had a 5-mile run, and I'm happy to say it went really well. I was very proud of myself. I was able to run the whole thing. I kept it at a 10-minute, 44-second pace, and I finished it in about 53 minutes, 41 seconds. So that was a huge win for me. It felt really good, and I just love running, which is, still weird to say, but I'm really enjoying this journey. My next goal for strength for May was that I was going to do yoga or barre at least 2 times a week. I have a new yoga studio that I've been trying to take classes at, and I really am enjoying it. I met that goal. I went 2 times a week. It was more vinyasa and a strength yoga or a heated strength yoga that I did. Those were the ones that I ended up really enjoying, and I didn't really enjoy the barre that much. So I'm going to lean into what I actually like and enjoy. So I'm going to continue with that. And then my last strength goal for May was to add in little strength workouts. I've been trying to piggyback them off my running, and I did do that, but maybe not as much as I probably could have or should have. So I think a barrier that I hit there was that I've been doing a lot of running outside. So it's easy for me to just go outside, get my run done, come inside, and then be done. Whereas if I was on my treadmill, like all my weights and stuff are like right there. So it's easier to get off the treadmill and do my weights. So I'm going to have to figure out how to go about that to make it easier. And I will try to remember to chat about that a little bit in my June goals. So the next section is food. So the food goals that I had for May were to continue tracking. If you're new here, I take pictures of my food every single meal that I eat. I have a coach that helps me stay on track. She just watches over my shoulder to make sure that I'm doing what I should be doing. And so I stuck with that. I took pictures of every single meal that I ate, even on my birthday. So she got all the pictures of the donuts and the cake and all the goodies that I enjoyed on my birthday, because I did enjoy some treats on my birthday, and I still ate my vegetables on my birthday as well. So that was a win. I count that as a huge win. I was able to maintain my habits while still enjoying some extra stuff in there too. So that was good. And then my other bare minimum food goal that I keep is that I eat 2 pounds of vegetables every day. I was able to do that every single day, and I will continue to be doing that every single day. Again, that can sound like a lot if you're new to eating like low calorie density type meals. So if that's too much for you, start smaller. If you want to incorporate more vegetables, start at a half a pound or a pound, and then just move your way up, like as you like get used to it or learn how to enjoy it. And then the last food goal that I had for May was to incorporate more squashes. So just as a little background, if you're new here, I eat a low calorie density diet. I focus on starchy like starchy potatoes, rice, grains, for the bulk of my calories. And then I eat a lot of vegetables for the low calorie dense part of my meal so that I can be full and satisfied. I was hoping to incorporate some more squash in that for May, but just didn't work out for me that way. So I find that if I try to make a tweak that's too much for myself, that it can lead me to not be as consistent. So maybe I'll like eat a meal that's more squashes, but then I'm hungry sooner and I just can't be as consistent with that. I don't know if that makes sense. Like it can lead to a binge. It's like if you undereat too much and you're hungry throughout the day, at the end of the day, you end up binging on like all the foods that you shouldn't be eating, right? So I like to make sure I'm full and satisfied at every meal so it doesn't lead to a binge at the end of the day. And I was finding that trying to incorporate too much of a lower calorie dense starch was kind of pushing me in that direction. So I am okay with not incorporating it right now, unless I like, want to eat some squash or something. Cause like I love kabocha squash and butternut squash. So I will eat it sometimes, but I will make sure that it's not lowering the calorie density of my meals too much. And then the last goal for May is my weight loss goal. And my weight loss goal was just that I wanted to see it going down. And it did. I lost about 2 pounds in May, which puts me at 22 pounds down since October and 65 pounds down since my highest weight ever, which was 7 years ago. So I'm very happy with that. And I will show you my scales here. I take my weight every single day as a data metric so that I can see where I'm going. I can see if I'm gaining. I can see if I'm stuck in a plateau. It's just data. It's not for me to obsess over. So I wanted to show you my 3-month chart. So over the last 3 months, I'll pop it up on the screen somewhere. You can see if you're just looking at this, it's a smaller view of what's actually happening. You can really see those fluctuations in there and the up and down. And if you're looking at that on a day-to-day basis, like a fluctuation, a spike in your weight can be so discouraging, but it's all about that consistency, because if you take a step back and look at the bigger picture, I'll show you this is my year chart, but it just goes back to October. So from October to now, if you look at this chart, you can obviously see like these little changes that I've made, the little weight loss every month is making a big effect. You can see how my chart just goes like straight down, and it's a really nice chart to look at. So if you take a step back and look at where you were and where you are now, like getting an actual idea of where you've been and where you are can help you focus and motivate you to stay consistent. So I encourage you to do that. All right, let's chat new goals for June. So for June, it's the beginning of summer here. My kids are almost out of school, and honestly, I am stressed. I am stressed. I am overwhelmed. I am anxious. I am all the things. And I'm going to take that into account as I'm setting my goals for June. So the general gist of June is going to be simplicity. Even more so than what I usually lean into. I just need my life to be easy, and I need my health goals to reflect that. So as far as food goes, it's going to be so simple. I'm keeping with my 2 basic goals that never change, which is my 2 pounds of vegetables, taking pictures every day. I'm in a really good swing of that. I've been doing it since October, basically. My veggies were lower in October, but I've been maintaining my vegetables. I've been taking my pictures every single day, and I'm going to just keep at that because it helps me stay consistent if I'm actually monitoring what I'm doing. And then as far as my meals go, in the midst of all the summer craziness, we're going to be in and out of the house so much that I need my food to be simple. I'm going to be leaning into my air fryer, my microwave steamer, and my rice cooker even more than I already do. Those are my 3 favorite kitchen appliances. I use my microwave every single day. I don't want to hear about how it's bad for me, so you don't have to tell me. The research doesn't actually support that anyway. So, you do you, I'll do me. But my microwave is a lifesaver. Sometimes when I just don't have the energy to turn on the stove or it's hot, like I can just pop my veggies in the steamer in the microwave and I can have a meal ready really quickly. So I'm going to lean into the simplicity of that. I'm probably going to be eating a lot of fresh vegetables and hummus at the pool, and it's going to be wonderful, right? That's what I tell myself. It's going to be so great. So yeah, I'm going to lean into those simple meals. It's going to be a lot of simple combinations like rice, a vegetable, chickpeas or tofu. Make sure I'm getting protein in there, and I'm just going to be leaning into that. That travels really well. Everybody loves it. You can grab a bunch of sauces from your fridge. Everybody can in your family can choose what they like as far as sauces go, and it's a simple meal and it's easy. So I'm going to be leaning into a ton of easy things like that. And my food is just going to be the easiest part of my life in June. That is the goal. As far as strength goes, some of these goals are very similar as they have been. So I'm sticking with that 9,000 step goal. I'm not going to freak out if I don't hit it. I am just going to try my best. I am also going to continue my runs. I've been running about like 3 times a week now that I'm not like training for a run or anything, and I'm going to stay consistent with that. And I'm going to try to figure out a way to stack that like 5 or 10 minute strength workout with my runs. So I need to come up with an easy step for that. I think what I'm going to do is bring some weights upstairs. I think that'll be a simple thing that I can do. So if I bring a couple weights upstairs from my basement and keep them in my laundry room, which is right where I come into my house after a run, and they're right there, I can grab them, pop on a quick video, and pair it with that. So that's going to be my goal, to try to get in short strength workouts to work on my strength, because that is something that I really want to do because I enjoy seeing myself get stronger. And I'm also going to maintain my yoga classes. I have been doing some vinyasa as well as like a strength and a heated strength yoga. And I love the strength yoga. I feel like I'm getting a lot stronger in that. And it has also inspired me being in the yoga classes. I'm like watching all these people do headstands and different inversions, and it looks so fun, and I've never been good at that. So a goal that I did with my coach, I think I mentioned this already. I have a coach. She watches everything I do, but I just had a meeting with her and she encouraged me to set this as a goal. So I have a little checkbox that I mark every single day, and I added on 2 check marks that sound kind of silly, but they're helping me build a habit, and it's really fun. And I need something fun in June because, all the stress. So my first checkbox is, it literally says 4 crows. And then the other checkbox says handstand. I cannot do a handstand. I can hardly do a crow. I can get into the position, but like holding it there is where I struggle. So something exciting is that I've been doing these 2 new check marks for probably about a week, maybe a week and a half. And my crows went from getting into the position, but barely like holding my toes off the ground, to yesterday when I did it, I was actually able to get my feet off the ground and hold it there for like 3 seconds, which isn't a lot, but it was a huge improvement from when I started. So that's just something that, brings me a little bit of joy. It's nice to have something that you can see improvement of like that quickly. Like it's a nice win. Like you always have to have some kind of win to like congratulate yourself on, because you are your selves. You are your biggest cheerleader. There, words are so hard. Okay, so I'm doing 4 crows a day for practice, and I'm not doing a handstand because I can't do a handstand, but I am doing different exercises that will get me to be able to do a handstand. So I still need to work on those, but I'm excited to see where like a little bit every single day gets me, because that would be really cool if I could do a handstand eventually. I'm 35 years old and I don't think I've ever done a handstand in my life. So doing something like that just feels like it feels fun to me. Um, okay, so those are my strength goals, and the last section is my weight. So this is the same as it always is. I just want to see it trending down. I want to see that first number from the 1st of June to be higher than the last number. Why is it always so hard to say? I just want to see some weight loss. Okay, I don't care about the number. As long as it's down, I am happy. I don't have an actual number goal in my mind. I just want to feel good and I want to feel strong, and we're getting there. We're getting there. So that is it. That is my goal setting session for June, my review for May. Please leave a comment down below. Let me know what your goals are. Let me know if you have any similar goals to me. I would love to do it with you. And I'd love to chat. So remember, June is all about keeping it simple, staying consistent, not overcomplicating anything, and, making our lives as easy as possible while still attaining our health goals. So thank you so much for being here. Please like this video. Please subscribe to my channel. Don't forget, you can support me for free by visiting my vegan blog at samcookskindness.com. There's lots of recipes over there. I would love for you to leave me comments, try some recipes, just check it out. Anything, even little visits help me a lot. So I hope to see you over there, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.